All right, welcome back. Let's quickly take it home. Jide, you know, we are looking at, it is said laws were made for man, man not made for laws. Can't we tinker with the laws, electoral laws now, that will make it foolproof to the extent that the election and the election matters are cleared before anybody is sworn in?
Yes,
that's my thinking.
We have to constantly do that, and you will see that we've made progress. There's no way that when you compare what happened in the past to what we now have, you see that we've made big progress. Before Aregbesola was sworn in as the man who indeed won the election, you know,
2007.
in 2007, Oyinlola had spent 3 years in office because the case went on and on. After after Oyinlola won at the State Election Petitions Tribunal, headed by Justice Thomas Naron, on the basis of the fact that Justice Naron was communicating with Oyinlola's lawyer, they appealed, and Justice Oloko of the appeal court in Ibadan led other judges to set aside the entire trial and ordered a fresh trial. So, once the fresh trial was ordered, you then saw an opportunity for Oyinlola to remain much longer in office. So invariably, Aregbesola got the judgment that he deserved. But that was not until after 3 years. But today, we have a situation in which you cannot stay in office even for up to a year after the thing, because we are making effort with the ACJA to quicken the wheel of justice. So it's a lot better now. They've had these elections in September 22nd and 27th, and then it was sworn in 2 months later. Today, we are in the 7th month of the following year, and the whole matter has been laid to rest.
It can only get better.
So we have to look at it and see what we can do. But lawyers too,
all right.
Lawyers too must do their homework. It's clear that you can no longer play the legendary mathematician, Professor Chike Obi, by subtracting and adding. Once you suspect that infractions took place, or you've determined that infractions took place, what you can order for, based on Section 142, is a fresh election. It's not your duty to
let's leave it there for the moment.
Votes.
Always, since ours is to provoke debate, please keep debating it. All right then, you know the news about first-time Senator Elisha Abbo, who violently assaulted a lady at a sex toy shop in Abuja, was not just going to go away like that. The 41-year-old lawmaker representing Adamawa North at the Red Chamber volitionally surrendered to the police for investigation after the police chief, Mohammed Adamu, became interested in the matter, in the ugly development. FCT Police Commissioner Bala Chiroma confirmed the story following an invitation letter from the command. Yes, the senator has apologized for his indiscretion, but is there room for restitution, Jide? Is there room for restitution?
Well, he has to pay for the crime that he has committed. Yes, he has apologized, but I don't think it's enough. He must be punished. He must be punished. The case has to be taken to court, and the woman who was assaulted must be compensated in a manner that will make the pocket of the senator to feel that something has departed from it. That is the only way that he can actually learn, because I know that based on the penal code in northern Nigeria, which includes Abuja, is a life sentence that is likely to get. There's an option of fine. but he should be able to pay. Whatever happens, he should be able to pay for what
Because
he has
the
done.
law is the law.
Yes,
law
and
is
this
the law.
fellow has shown that he's not genetically coded for the job of a senator. Because a senator has to be an exemplar of discipline and good behavior. If you are the sort of senator the sort of person who loses it in public at the slightest provocation, then you are not good enough for public office.
You're not ready.
You are just not good enough.
More so, you help in making laws for the country.
Yes. It's our best that should be in that Senate.
Yeah.
And that was why, some time ago, I was quarreling with some of the young people who bothered themselves with contesting for the presidency. I said, these bright guys ought to have contested for the Senate.
Yeah.
Chances are that they will have got into the Senate so that they can make laws for us. The Senate should have our best. People who have excelled in public service.
It is the engine room.
Yes, people who have excelled as bankers, who have excelled as industrialists, who have excelled in all spheres of life. They are the people that we need in that
Red
place.
chamber.
Not practiced brigands. We don't need practiced brigands in that area. So that is the thing. And then you are now calling the name of Jesus. You are calling yourself ambassador of Christ when you were found in a sex toy shop. I mean, what is there a correlation? Is there a correlation with that? Is that Christ-like?
All right.
I know you don't understand these things.
No, I do.
Yes.
I'm moved by the spirit now.
It's not Christ-like to be found in that kind of place.
Oh, come on. I am.
What are you doing there?
But listen.
Ambassador of Christ?
All right, Jude, you've made your point. You made it first time. But Yinka, hear this. At 40... Okay. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. New name on a Friday.
That's the third time you call me.
Okay. Adekunle, I'm sorry. Seriously, 41 years, not too young to run. Nobody says it is odd to have had a 41-year-old senator at the Red Chamber. Nobody's saying that.
She's not young.
But what message is he sending?
Oh, good.
I think he messed up, and he messed up thoroughly. Unfortunately, as a country, we have not evolved to a level that the outcry from the public is enough for him to resign.
Oh, yeah.
In my years in the United States, I lost count of many of representative members.
Who had to stand down.
Just little scandal.
You remember the minister
just
also?
A little scandal. The press, the American press, will continue to repeat it until you resign.
And press you.
No, they won't leave you alone.
No, that's the beauty. I love
they won't leave you alone.
In Nigeria, the press is such a funny thing. But they will keep talking about it. You will not be able to move around. You are going to be thoroughly bashed, handed everywhere. To the extent that you have to resign.
Remember the British minister who, for giving a ticket to a girlfriend, had to lose his job. That's integrity.
That with phone, just sending, sex-induced stuff to anyone, and he said you are in that house, and the thing is, made to come to the public. Please, you will go. But in Nigeria, we try to always see things from different funny dimensions. Start talking about God when we should not be talking about God. We start talking about tribe, religion, party, Because of...
Put simply, politicians have a way of politicizing public debate at a time like this.
Even when we blame the politicians, let's blame some of us who are not even politicians. You understand me? Now, he has apologized. But if you go to court, what would you get out of it? I want, whether through court settlement or whatever means, just as they said, I want him to pay thoroughly, not in terms of going to jail, not in terms of going to anything.
Redress.
There
must be redress.
So that maybe it's going to be financial, whatever, he's going to pay heavily for it, so that next time he will think twice before he loses his temper.
Jide, there's a little flag attached to it. Remember the policeman in the picture? He kept ordering, take highway, take highway, take her where?
No, just to go and lock her up somewhere. You know, if you listen to them from the beginning, he had contacted the police with the intention of getting them to come and lock up that shop. So he was speaking outside and telling them that they will come back, that this person abused me, this and you will come back, you will come. And he boasted, you insulted me, I'm going to lock up your shop. So he already placed them on notice about that. He didn't attack the fellow, he didn't attack that girl until he had policemen with him. He returned with policemen. And in fairness to some of the people with him, they were dragging him. They were trying to restrain him at the beginning. If you watch that tape very well, they were trying to restrain him.
Yes.
They didn't want him to beat the girl, you know, because he probably would have started with the smaller girl. But they were trying to restrain him. But you see, for people saying, no, they should sack that policeman, they should lock him up to this, I'm here to see that policeman who will be an orderly to a politician. And the politician will say, go and slap Solomon Ajuziogu, and he will say, I will not slap. No, he will slap him until he gets deaf. He will slap him. He will almost send him to go and meet Baba God. So this is the thing. Because he does not want to lose that position. The moment you don't take the instruction of the Oga that you are working for as an orderly, you lose your opportunity. And these people lobby for these positions. Some of them are promoted. They say, no, don't let the promotion come now. I would rather keep this position.
Yeah.
Those of them are working as ADCs to governors. Sometimes they promote them. They don't leave the place. I know that.
Ibn Ayunko. Okay. Let the debate continue. But we're saying when you impugn the law, you pay for it because the law is the law. Okay, then, we'll take this break and return. Please don't go away. All right, then, let's go. You know, the country's national football team, the Super Eagles, face a vengeful Cameroonian national side, the Indomitable Lions, in the round of 16 of the 2019 Nations Cup on Saturday, July 6th, at the Alexandria Stadium in Egypt. The defending champions were held to a spiritless barren draw by the Squirrels of Benin in the last group game. But as in the case with us, the General Secretary of the NFF, Mohamed Sanusi, has urged you and I to pray for the team, for the boys. Thankfully, we have Solomon Ajuziogu to take us out of that prayer house.
He's a prayer warrior. He's a prayer warrior.
Solomon, take us out of there into the real world.
I don't know what prayer can do in all of this. It's about the game. It's about football. Cameroonians too pray. So it's a game of two teams, and I would say that the better team will win this. But then a match between Nigeria and Cameroon is not as simplistic as form. It's not just about form. It's about
let me tease you. If it was Nigeria-Ghana, would it have been better?
Well, the same thing. The same thing. It's not about which team is better, which team is in form. It's about grudge. It's about rivalry. And this is what this is about. Incidentally, every time Nigeria comes up against Cameroon, the heart of Nigerian football fans beats. You know, it goes up, you know, because Nigerians are worried that Cameroon, it's always a very tough game. Yeah. But I think that Nigeria has had a very good head-to-head. Nigeria has a very good head-to-head against Cameroon. Out of 22 matches played with the Indomitable Lions have defeated Nigeria only 4 times. Only 4 times. Except that it's always come at very critical times. Nations Cup finals, particularly. In 2000, they won in Lagos here in the final. In 1988, they won in Maroc. 88, in 1984, they beat us again. So you see that at critical times.
You didn't pray enough. But go on.
And you know, the funny thing is that
Sorry, tell me about the good ones. In the build-up to the World Cup, we beat them home and away.
Yeah, we beat them at home, and played a draw in Yaoundé.
Okay.
I mean, that was impressive. Nigerians didn't expect that, you know. It was an easy ride, so to say. But they are the defending champions of this tournament, so that makes it a very big game. They are bitter that we didn't allow them qualify for the World Cup the last time out. They are, as defending champions, they are not particularly playing very well in this tournament, just like Nigeria is not particularly playing well.
Solo, you
so
can
it's all about adrenaline now.
That's it. They are more physical. Away from the field of play, let's talk about this perennial problem of not meeting obligations to our teams. The girls had problems in France now, pay bonuses and dues to them. Even with the Eagles in Egypt.
Yeah, it's a problem of inefficiency. And inefficiency runs through sports administration in Nigeria. He's been with us for so long. When Manfred Honor was the coach here in Nigeria, we refused to pay his salary. And one day, journalists were interviewing him, and he said, what is difficult in simply signing the check to have me paid my salary? He said, if it's a biro you do not have, I have one. You know, if it's a pen you don't have, I have one. In the end, Manfred Honor left Nigeria angry. And he's not the only foreign coach that we brought here and refused to pay.
Pele's captain, Carlos Alberto Torres, was kept at the hotel here in Lagos. And because they were busy talking about 10%, the man packed his bag and left.
No, he got the message quickly. You know, Manfred Honor didn't get the message quickly. And he was here, we were owing him so much. He eventually had to report us to FIFA. So, but for the national team, they know that the best time to have their allowances paid to them is during the competition.
That's it.
So they would tell us, look, we will not show up for that match unless you pay. There's hardly any big tournament that we go for.
In Brazil.
There's hardly any big tournament that we go for that this does not happen. You know? So because officials of national teams are too selfish. They are there, they are not moved or gripped by the desire to work for their country. They are gripped by the desire to line their pockets. So that is the driving force. So every opportunity that they see to make money, you see them, they will make money. Not even doing MRI scan. They will inflate the cost of MRI scan. I don't want to mention the names of the people involved, but they know themselves. You will inflate the cost.
Oh, God knows
them. No, God knows them. Even me, I know them. You know? So this is the thing. But let's talk about the pack of wolves at the door. Cameroon beats us when it matters the most.
Yeah.
You see, and they don't have to play well to beat us. I've not seen any match that we played against Cameroon we got defeated that we did not outplay them. Somehow, because they have that tenacity and they are very strong, they are very physical.
So it is not all the time that the better team wins.
No. If you remember, even in 1988,
Morocco.
That header that Henry Wosu scored, if it was the era of VAR, it was a good goal. But the referee Tesfaye refused to accept it. We always come short against them in the finals. And if you look at when Solomon was talking about the head-to-head, before 1980, Cameroon was not even a threat in African football to anybody.
It was Ghana.
Yeah.
It was Ghana.
So they were not really, we were not in the same class before 1980. It was in 1982 that they showed that, yes, they too have come of age. Remember, our last friendly match before the 1980 Nations Cup was against Cameroon, and it was goalless. That was the day that Emmanuel Okala refused. The match was played in Ibadan, and the fans were urging him to do his usual long kick to the opponent's goal, and he refused. He kept throwing the ball, and they were booing him. You know, and then unfortunately he was injured just before the competition, and best of the way through his place.
Yeah. So quite quickly, are we using the VAR?
Well, the Confederation of African Football did say something about introducing the VAR in the knockout phase. Whether the knockout phase will probably have to be in the quarterfinal and not necessarily in the round of 16. You know, we experimented the VAR on the continent in the CAF Champions League, and it was a disaster. And we hope that we'll be able to get it right this time.
But listen, for the sake of argument, the VAR is not totally that bad. My problem is with interpretation.
No, the VAR is not bad. It's a technology. The technology is not bad. It depends. The final decision is still the referee. The final decision is still the referees to make. But what it has done is to introduce what you call procedural justice, fairness. You know, that's what it attempts to.
Quickly again, England, Germany. Was England's goal offside?
I don't know.
Okay, don't go there.
I don't know. So,
all right, so what kind of a game are you expecting tomorrow?
A very physical game. Both sides so far haven't shown a lot of flair in the tournament, so it's going to be physical. And if you talk about physical approach, the Cameroonians have a better physical attitude to the game. Maybe this is where the Super Eagles will probably step up a bit because the only way you can play the Cameroonians is not to get physical with them, but to use a bit of guile. Unfortunately, there isn't so much guile in these Super Eagles, but then they could surprise us because this is another game entirely. It's a neighborhood match, as it were.
Yeah. Jide, any forecast?
It's difficult for me to forecast this game. I am not impressed by the way the Eagles are playing. So, but it's difficult to say they can't win. Because if they win, Nigerians will turn against me.
Okay.
I don't want
come on. Okay, you know something? I remember the words of Zebediah when Jagade Shokoya, bless his soul, came to Zebediah's house and was quarreling and was threatening the man. The old man said, after snuffing, I have seen 99. Who are 100?
So we have seen 99 in the hands of Cameroon.
So waiting be 100, make income. All right, we win the game tomorrow. We are all in agreement. So and hard work. Solomon Ajuziogo, I thank you for your time.
Thanks.
Jide Kolade Atitojo, many thanks too.
I agree too.
That will just about do it for today and the week. You may also watch the program on other platforms. We'll show you on the screen and on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. The feedback channel remains the same. Meanwhile, I am Jones Hussein. Scoreline, Nigeria 2, Cameroon 1. Good night.